Today we're going to be looking at Magic the Gathering creatures that actually get stronger when they're on defense. I'm going to start off with Doran, Besieged by Time. It's a 4-mana Abzan 0/5 Treefolk Druid. Now each creature spell you cast with toughness greater than its power costs 1 less to cast. And we're going to need that toughness because whenever a creature you control attacks or blocks, it's going to get +X until end of turn, where X is the difference between its power and its toughness. And you better believe Doran on defense, if it blocks, it's going to get +5/+0 because its toughness is 5. The power is 0. So the difference between the power and the toughness is going to end up being 5, hopefully to block and kill the opponent's creature dead in its tracks. Yeah, we got double shows. We're going to have double shows actually for 2 weeks because I have a vacation coming up in 3 weeks. And I need a lot of content to fill the gap while I'm doing nothing. Anyway, so Goran Besieged by Time is an example where being on defense is actually going to be very strong for Doran. The card gets stronger on defense. Another example would be the Giant Badger. It's a 3-mana 2/2. Whenever Giant Badger blocks, of course, it's going to get +2/+2 until end of turn. So it's actually, this card is just strictly worse on the attack and much better on defense. I know I have a lot of traveling actually this year. Oh my God, I'm going to Taiwan in a few weeks. And then like in the summer, I go to Spain. I'm going to a lot of places. Bolt says, be right back looking up the flanking keyword because I don't remember if that works on block 2 or not. Also, John also has a vacation. I swear we did that theme not long ago. No, we had some that were like, they were good at blocking. Now we gotta look at the cards that are actually strictly stronger when blocking. This card is strictly stronger when blocking. So you can't have something like, this creature can block 1,000,000 creatures. This has got to be some very specific card that maybe triggers upon blocking or does something good or gets bigger on blocking. Benjamin Berkey with the Isao Enlightened the Bushi. The hell? So we have Isao Enlightened Bushi is a 3-mana 2/1. Isao Enlightened Bushi can't be countered. And it's got Bushido too. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of Bushido here today because when this blocks or becomes blocked, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Although I would have to say this card is also equally good on the attack. And also for 2 mana, you can regenerate target samurai, either this one or another one on the battlefield. Stormy Cat's like, how about Wall of Nets? Let's net it up today. 3 mana, 0/7. At end of combat, remove from the game all creatures blocked by Wall of Nets. If Wall of Nets leaves play, return to play under their owner's control. All creatures removed from the game with Wall of Nets. I like it. We also enlighten the... Did I say enlighten the booty? Enlighten the boot. Where did I come from? Anyway, yeah. Enlightened Bushi. Enlightened Bushi, not booty. Am I late? No, you're not late. You just arrived. The show is just starting. John with the Chub Toad. I believe also, maybe it doesn't have Bushido, but is a frog for 3 mana, 1/1. And when it blocks or becomes blocked, it's also going to get +2/+2 until end of turn. This also should have had the same effect as Wall of Nets, where it like eats the thing that it's blocking. You exile the creature, and then when you kill the Chub Toad, you get all the creatures back. Same thing like in Spirited Away. Look, there was that giant no-face frog thing that ate everybody, and then when you made him regurgitate everything, then everyone came back. Chub Toad, the best art in MTG. Well, that's a take. Okay, next up, we've got... Toads always wants to get Phyrexian Obliterator on the show. So, quadruple black 5/5 Trampler. Whenever a source deals damage to Phyrexian Obliterator, that source's controller sacrifices that many permanents. And there's no better way to guarantee that you're going to get some damage in than to be the person blocking your opponent's stuff. Next up, we got Benny with the Netcaster Spider. Included in that suggestion, you got a little picture of a spider around there. Benjamin Berkey says, Chub Toad is what I get when I see my ex. Oh my god. Okay, we have a 3-mana, 2/3 spider reach. Whenever Netcaster Spider blocks a creature with flying, Netcaster Spider gets +2/+0 until end of turn. You could put it in your enchantment deck because apparently a lot of spiders also double as an enchantment for one reason or another. So Toad says, I used to be a chub toad before the bariatric dirge. You mean the surgery? Toad's got some surgery. Now not so chubby anymore. That's one way of doing it. Okay, now we got Gillum with Ageless Sentinels. It's really bad, but it does get better when blocking. That's actually the entire point of this. Oops, I didn't think I wrote it properly. Hold on. Ageless. That is the whole point of this show. Ideally, we are finding some cards that are actually better on blocking than attacking. But you know what? They could equally be good on attacking. But they got to have some real good buff on blocking. So for a 4-mana, we have a 4/4, which back in Scourge was really good. 4-mana, 4/4 flyer. And with no downside, when Ageless Sentinels blocks, its creature type becomes a giant bird. That is actually pathetic. This ability is borderline useless. Its creature type becomes... Oh, sorry. It's not useless. It's a wall. So, oh, yeah. And so basically, back in the day, if you were a wall, then you couldn't attack. You naturally had Defender. But by today's standards, when this creature blocks, it becomes a bird giant, and it loses Defender. Loses Defender because it's not a wall anymore. Walls are made for blocking. Apparently, giant birds are made for attacking. I guess Big Bird is lethal. Big Bird probably worked for the army at one point. Oh yeah, it's got a downside. Read the Oracle. No, it's got, yeah, it is the downside is it had Defender in the first place. The invisible Defender on the old cards. We have Hexenort. I rarely ever run creature for combat. We got the Sky Stinger. Very interesting card, Ageless Sentinels. Nikachu, you give him the bird. I'm not going to give him the bird. Not on stream. I can't. Okay, the Sky Stinger is a 3-mana, 3/3 reach. When this creature blocks a creature with flying, this creature gets plus... Holy crap, it gets +5/+0 until end of turn. It is the power of... has the power of 8... has 8 power upon defense. Can you fling that afterwards? I'm just curious. Is fling based on power? Yeah, fling deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to any target. That's not bad. I block, I probably kill your thing, and then I fling 8 power in your face. Sesame Street universes beyond when? I mean, we could probably have a Sesame Street, show. Cards that represent Sesame Street. I don't know what you guys would think is Big Bird or Oscar the Grouch. We don't have to wait for wizards to give us universes beyond. We can use our imagination. That's what Sesame Street taught us in the first place. Kano says, have we done Azuri's Archers? Nope. Let me guess, they have reach. It's a green 1/2 with reach, and when Azuri's Archers blocks a creature with flying, Azuri's Archers gets +3/+0 until end of turn. I imagine that whoever builds a deck around blockers are also the same type of deck that wants to use first strike creatures, death touch creatures, and so on. Yeah, take that, dragons. They're no match for some archers. And apparently that isn't that how like The Hobbit went down? There was a dragon with one scale missing, and they needed to use an archer to take it down. And they did, but I don't think it was an elf that did it. Or at least I don't remember. Okay, we have Olga with Screaming Nemesis. Does that count? Are you trolling me here, Olga? 3 mana for a 3/3 with haste. Whenever Screaming Nemesis is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any... Okay, it deals that much damage to any other target. If a player is dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game. This is literally the modern-day Phyrexian Obliterator. No wonder it's banned in Standard. This is awful. Is it me, or is red just like taking over our formats? Like every format is dominated by red, maybe with the exception of Commander. Standard is loaded with red. Pioneer loaded with red. Modern basically loaded with red. I don't know, maybe not Legacy. Legacy hasn't been infected yet, but it's on the way. Kana's like, good. We need more red. We need a lot of red. We're going to paint the town red. For anyone who is complaining that, you know, aggro decks aren't good anymore, well, now's your era. You should soak in as much gameplay as you can from the competitive formats as possible. Next up, we've got... Let's take Benny's Ether Membrane. It's either... Is it? Yeah, it's either red or is it? Or Boros. Take your flavor of red. You want your creamy pink or your purple? Izzet is purple. Boros is pink. Ether Membrane. It is a 3-mana 0/5 defender with reach. When Ether Membrane blocks a creature, return that creature to its owner's hand at end of combat. The Big Squig. Mana Charge Dragon. Speaking of dragons, maybe it's Smog himself. This is a 6-mana 5/5 that takes electricity. You can plug this guy in a 48-volt outlet. Charge up. Can supercharge within 15 minutes. Flying Trample. Join forces. Whenever Mana Charge Dragon attacks or blocks, each player starting with you may pay an amount of mana. Mana Charge Dragon gets +X+0 until end of turn, where X is the total amount of mana paid this way. Each player? So everyone can basically contribute to charging the dragon. Do you got a power bank, bro? You got a little bit of power you can give me? Get to my little dragon over here? David Sampson says, what does it mean if you add 20 starting life, red suddenly becomes the worst color? Well, red generally has just enough juice to deal 20 damage, or like 24 or 25-ish damage. So if you increase somebody's life total, a little bit harder for those bolt spells to close out the game. Lightning Bolt doesn't do like, what was it? Something like 15% of the damage anymore. Now, if you double the life total, it does like 7% of damage to somebody's life total. I cast Sticking a Fork in the Outlet. I didn't do that as a kid, but I stuck keys in the outlet. I got zapped really hard. I cried, and I learned my lesson. Don't do that again. I think my parents were the type that were like, just let the kid figure it out. Don't worry. Natural selection will take its place. You gotta learn by losing. In some cases. Sometimes losing requires losing some brain cells. Rin with Guardian of the Gateless. I actually don't know. No, this actually is not going to qualify. Or let me read it. If I remember correctly, that this is not going to qualify. Oh no, it does actually. Sorry. Okay, so 5 mana, it's a 3/3. It can block any number of creatures. And now, most importantly, when Guardian of the Gateless blocks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature blocking. I forgot about that ability. That's the most important one. And that actually makes it qualify for the show. Okay, we got Rare Blue Skittle with Serene Master. Benny says Mana Charge Dragon would be great for Two-Headed Giant. It would. It's also good for Commander. It's perfectly fine for Commander. Serene Master is a 2-mana 0/2. When it blocks, exchange its power and toughness. Sorry, exchange its power and the power of target creature it's blocking until end of combat. Okay, that's neat. That is super neat. So this is a 0-power creature that is going to make the attacking creature completely obsolete, and you're going to make this creature actually super powerful. This is the type of thing you might want to flash and play quite unexpectedly. I think this is a banger. I mean, if it's right on the battlefield, no one's going to attack into this thing. However, if you can play it at flash speed, or I don't know, Ether Validin or something like that, Leyline of Anticipation it onto the battlefield, I think it's a neat combat trick. I think it's really cool. Okay, we're going to take a look at more of these creatures that get stronger on defense, but we do have to thank the greatest of card bazaars in the multiverse. FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to get Magic the Gathering cards. What is the deal of the week this week? Deal of the week, save 15% off all Ikoria Lair of Behemoth singles. Actually, skip that. This show is not going to be aired for like 2 weeks. Get your Lorwyn Eclipse cards and also your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Spider-Man cards from FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu, however, at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases, and it supports the channel. Thank you so much for everyone that supports the channel. Okay, next up. What do we got up next here, people? The Turtles. Okay, Old Boy Academy Rector. You know, truth be told, I was in some opens over the weekend, and I asked a lot of people, what do you think of Universes Beyond? What do you think of Spider-Man? What do you think of this? And like one of my first opponent in Standard is like, I was like, what do you think of Spider-Man? And they were like, oh man, I love Spider-Man. My whole deck is based on Spider-Man. And they were playing that Spider-Man that clones cards from the graveyard Reanimator deck. Absolutely wrecked me. But they seem to like Spider-Man because of it. I don't know if the game is bigger in the end, but people do like it. Okay, Academy Rector is a 4-mana 1/2. When it's put in the graveyard from play, you may remove Academy Rector from the game. If you do, search your library. You know what? I think the card not necessarily getting stronger. This thing actually dies. So one thing that's going to be very important is that the card actually still stands. I would not say, I mean, it does have a special ability, but this creature does not actually get stronger. It actually gets weaker upon death. I will disqualify this one. Oh yeah, the superior Spider-Man. Superior Spider-Man. Very, very superior. So the creature, at the end of the day, it's still gotta be standing on 2 feet. I gotta give some restrictions. Okay, Marcio with the Glissa Sunslayer. Because first strike plus death touch. That is very strong. Does it only get it on defense? We are doing Glissa Sunslayer, a 3-mana 3/3, first strike and death touch. When it deals combat damage to a player, choose one. You draw a card and lose 1 life. Destroy target enchantment. Remove up to 3 counters from target permanent. I don't know if this is necessarily that much stronger on defense. Okay, whatever. I'll give it to you. I'm going to assume that there's not that many death touch first strikers out there. Summer Mermaid Star Doran. The Besieged by Time. A lot of Dorans out there. Oh, I did this one. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I started the show on this card. Almond with Apex Altasaur. It was a great card. It was so good that I chose it first. That's how good that card was. Apex Altasaur is a 9-mana 10/10. When it enters the battlefield, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. It's always looking for a fight. Enrage, when Apex Altasaur is dealt damage, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Okay. I can deal with that. So it's looking for several fights. Next up, we got David Sampson, 100-handed one. Okay, hold on. 100-handed one. Okay, does it get it? I think it only can block a bunch of stuff. Vigilance. Monstrosity 3. If the creature isn't monstrous, put 3 +1/+1 counters on it and becomes monstrous. As long as 100-handed one is monstrous, it has reach and can block an additional 99 creatures each combat. Actually doesn't get all that much stronger upon blocking. It just has the ability to block a lot of creatures. I would actually slightly disqualify this one. So I'm looking for some stuff. Has some extra benefit when blocking. Gets bigger. Can get some extra ability after blocking. So this is a very good blocker. But I want something that gets stronger when blocking. We got the big squig here with the super chat. Rhino Mother Kangaroo. Is that really the name? Rhino Mother Kangaroo. Sry Silver border cards. Oh. Rhino Mother Kangaroo. How many kangaroo cards are there? Oh, here we go. Oh, we said sorry, silver border cards. Well, that's okay. You can offer silver border cards whenever you're super chatting. It's a 5-mana 1/1. When the creature enters the battlefield, blank, and then roll a 6-sided die. Put a number of +1/+1 counters on this creature equal to the result. So we need the other one. That's Rhino. You're giving me a combo here. Oh no, I don't know. Okay, so the other one is Rhino. Whenever this creature blocks, roll a 6-sided die. Put a number of +1/+1 counters on this creature equal to the result. Okay, this is the most janky suggestion of all time. Boltland with Megalanoth. We got Megalanoth. Megalanoth is a 6-mana 6/6 vigilance trample, and whenever Megalanoth blocks a creature, Megalanoth deals damage to that creature's controller equal to Megalanoth's power. Megalanoth blocks so hard that actually you get punched in the face. Exactly what happens with Megalanoth. Next, we've got the Pacers Fan Forever Super Chat. Thank you very much for your Super Chat, Pacers. Body of Knowledge. Knowledge here in my garage, looking at my Lamborghini here. 5 mana for a star avatar. Body of Knowledge is power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your hand. You have no maximum hand size. Whenever Body of Knowledge is dealt damage, draw that many cards. You know, this is an interesting card in that you could probably do other things, right? Like, can't you just bolt this thing? You could bolt this and it just gets bigger. Although it might be in danger of dying to somebody else's burn spell. But then you could, I don't know, can you do in response? No, whenever it gets dealt damage, you're going to draw more cards, which is going to make it bigger, as if the bolt doesn't even matter. Fascinating card. It's like Swans of Bryn Argyle is back. We got Pimp Sauce with the stuffy doll. Okay, is this going to count? We have a 5-mana 0/1 indestructible. Enters the battlefield, choose a player. Whenever Stuffy Doll is dealt damage. Okay, yeah, it deals that much damage to the chosen player. Very classic card. We have also Prince of Winners with Fumiko, the Low Blood. What the hell does that mean? Who has the High Blood? It's over, Anakin! I've got the High Blood. You've got the Low Blood. This is a 4-mana 3/2 human samurai. Fumiko, the Low Blood, has Bushido X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. Whenever this creature blocks or becomes blocked, it gets +X until end of turn. But whenever this creature blocks or becomes blocked, it gets +X until end of turn. But it's only based on the number of attacking creatures. Oh, from your opponent. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So I was thinking like you have to be attacking and blocking at the same time. Somehow. I don't know how you're doing that. Creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able. If I read this thing backwards, I would have figured it out in the first place. Low blood pressure. What the F? Yeah. Low blood. Man, it's quite a specific show today. Absolutely. Look, I've been doing these shows for like 5 years. It's getting more specific as the years go on. We got Bab, Wall of Dust. It looks like looks like a nuclear bomb. It's a 3-mana 1/4. No creature blocked by Wall of Dust may attack during its controller's next turn. Interesting. No attacking for you. You already attacked enough around here. Speaking of low blood pressure, some of you might have high blood. Some of you might be healthier. We have healthier system here with Guy's Liege. This is a 6-mana star avatar. As long as Guy's Liege isn't attacking, its power and toughness are each equal to the number of forests you control. As long as Guy's Liege is attacking, its power and toughness are each equal to the number of forests defending player controls. Tap target land becomes a forest until this creature leaves the battlefield. So as long as it's not attacking, its power and toughness are each equal to the number of forests. As long as it's attacking, its power... Well, what about in between? As long as it's attacking, its power and toughness are each equal to the number of forests defending players control. Oh, sorry. Okay, there's 2 modes, not attacking and attacking. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of forests defending player controls. You need Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth, or this card is just stone cold useless. So at least we are way more likely to have the forest than our opponents do. I thought you were segueing into an ad. Yeah, speaking of low blood pressure, take your vitamins with vitamin B. I don't actually know how to solve low blood pressure. Exercise with a gym membership at today's sponsor, Apple Fitness. I actually use Apple Fitness. Not sponsored. Very unlikely to ever get sponsored by Apple Fitness. We got Leon Corgi with Vent Sentinel. Does it count if it gets stronger with defense? That's the whole point. We have a 4-mana 2/4 defender for 2 mana. Tap Vent Sentinel deals damage to target player equal to the number of creatures with defender you control. Oh no, this doesn't count. I mean, MTG creatures that get stronger on defense. Do I count this? You have an army of defenders. You know what? You know what? This is so unusual. I'm gonna count this. I think this is actually very interesting. Technically did not block. Yeah, it's in the kinda counts category. Doesn't block, but it does get stronger the more you have, like, I don't know, a defensive strategy. You know what I mean? Next up, we've got Pacers Fan Forever with another super chat. The Ancient Adamatoys. That's an 8-mana 8/20. Vigilance, Ward 3. Damage isn't removed from this creature during cleanup steps. All damage that would be dealt to you and other permanents you control is dealt to this creature instead. When this creature dies, exile it and create 10 tapped treasure tokens. Vigilance and Ward 3. This doesn't have damage isn't removed from this creature. All damage that would be dealt to you and other permanents you control is dealt to this creature instead. This card actually doesn't get better on defense. It's you get better on defense. I have to disqualify this thing. I don't see any advantage to this card when it blocks. It redirects damage from you, which sounds like another interesting show. Cards that redirect damage. I gotta put that somewhere. Redirect damage show. I like that idea. Because there's actually quite a few, I think. Your standard content is the only standard content I'm willing to watch. That's sad. I hardly play standard. I play standard basically once every 5 years. Enjoy the once in 5 years that I'm playing it. We're not even on season anymore. It's not even standard season. Okay, I don't see this card being it doesn't get stronger on defense. It redirects damage to, like, protect you and whatever. Ancient Adamatoys can absorb any amount of damage, like 1 million tokens after your opponent went infinite. Yes, it can. And then it will die a horrible death. Okay, I'm going to donate this super chat. We're going to give one to Summer Mermaid Star Spore Frog. Yeah, in some sense, this is much stronger on defense. It's a green 1/1, which makes it absolutely pathetic when you attack. So sacrifice Spore Frog, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. No damage being dealt this turn. All combat damage, including your own, in fact. We have Bolt the Emolga with Elder Land Worm. Well, I have to give this super chat to somebody. Gotta be donated. Okay, we have got 7 mana for a 5/5 Dragon Worm. It's got Defender. It's a dragon on defense. Good offense starts with a good defense. Defender and Trample. When Elder Land Worm blocks, it loses Defender. You know what? This actually literally gets so much better on defense. It goes from a complete defender to a complete attacker. Maybe not complete attackers, but it does actually get stronger. It gets upgraded. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face, and then they go in for the counterattack. Yeah, don't wake the dragon. It was sleeping. You're stupid to poke it. Just leave the dragon sleeping around there. Okay, we're going to take a look at more of these cards that get stronger with defense, but we're going to also thank today's sponsor, Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on my favorite client, Magic Online. That's where I go play my Magic the Gathering digitally. In fact, I'm playing some Standard right now, and I can easily do it because I have access to the entire library of Magic the Gathering cards, and so can you when you're renting with Mana Traders. Rent using coupon code Nikachu_BH2 for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription, and you don't have to worry if there's going to be any bannings or no bannings. Play all the Standard decks you want on Magic Online. That's how I would do it. That's how I am doing it. Otherwise, MTG Arena are going to cost me an arm and a leg, and I prefer to keep my arms and legs. Oh, Phil Good, we did that one already. Sorry about that, Phil Good. It's a great card, Guardian of the Gateless. Give me another card, Phil Good. Give me another card. Corbinek, Wall of Tears. What are you going to do, Wall? Cry? You going to cry about it? And they did. It's a 2-mana 0/4. If Wall of Tears blocks any creatures, return each of those creatures to their owner's hand at end of combat. That's very unique. You know, there's another card like this, but it doesn't cost nearly as much. This card is actually insane. Would Control decks today play this card? It's not available in Modern or Pioneer. There's a lot of Walls have been played in those formats, but it doesn't draw a card. Huh? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, Phil, with Redemption. Jareth, Leonin Titan. We got a 6-mana 4/7. Whenever Jareth Leonin Titan blocks, it gets +7/+7. Oh my god. For a white, Jareth gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. Also, oh my god. Effectively can take down... it can take down some Eldrazi that aren't indestructible. If they are indestructible, it's a problem. Okay, Fan Factor 1. No cardboard yet. That is true. You have not. Vengeful Pharaoh. This is a 5-mana 5/4 with Death Touch. Whenever combat damage is dealt to you or a planeswalker you control, if Vengeful Pharaoh is in your graveyard, destroy target attacking creature, then put Vengeful Pharaoh on top of your library. You know, it's very weird that actually this card ends up defending from the graveyard. Very, very weird. He's got built-in righteousness. What, the Jareth? Built-in, programmed. If you factory reset, still has righteousness. Okay, David Sampson wants some redemption. The Veteran Bodyguard. Can't remember what that is. I still don't remember what this is. Okay, this is a 5-mana 2/5 human. As long as Veteran Bodyguard is untapped, all damage that would be dealt to you by unblocked creatures is dealt to Veteran Bodyguard instead. Is this guy like the bodyguard at a strip club or something? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but like, where's your shirt, man? Usually there's a dress code, unless it's for an establishment with no dress code. For anyone that partakes in such establishments. Corbinek says, can bounce against Darksteel Colossus? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, who else has no card? He'll get to a Toads. I'm willing to wait. Which one? Does Mappius have a card? Mappius has a good angel. Bruna, the Light of Alabaster. 6-mana 5/5 angel, flying vigilance. Whenever Bruna, Light of Alabaster, attacks or blocks, you may attach to it any number of auras on the battlefield, and you may put onto the battlefield attached to it any number of aura cards that could enchant it from your graveyard and or hand. Good God. What is this? Like, it's Aura Reanimator. They probably could have made this cheaper too. Like, you know, it takes a few turns to mill all those auras into your graveyard. I guess it's in blue, so you can self-mill the auras. Play this thing. It should just be an honestly, I think it should just be an ETB. Auras are so bad in this game. Just make it an ETB. Although, I don't know, maybe it'll make her, like, outright indestructible or something. Eldrazi Conscription, bro. That's a very strong card, yeah. It's absolutely a very strong card. I'm gonna say, one of the cards with biggest art glow up is Goblin Snowman. What do you mean glow up? I love the Secret Lair art. Oh, did it? Oh, I didn't know. I just remember this really old... I'm not gonna say ugly art. It's more like, it's sort of cartoony. Anyway, it's a 4-mana 1/1. When it blocks, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to it, dealt to and dealt by it this turn. This is absolutely part of the show. And tap, Goblin Snowman deals 1 damage to target creature it's blocking. Oh, wait, it only can deal damage to the creature it's blocking. I've completely missed that from the past. Okay, so this card got a new art. Oh, wow, look at that art. 4 mana for a 1/1. Still does the same thing, though. It's not a snowman, it's a goblin man. Okay, Pacers wants redemption. Cameo False Hope. Oh, is that also the fog? For everyone that needs more fogs around here, it's a white 1/1. Sack it, prevent all combat damage. That would be dealt this turn. Feel Good's not done with the super chats, though. Shape Stealer. Really? So this is a blue-blue 1/1. Whenever Shape Stealer blocks or becomes blocked by a creature, change Shape Stealer's power and toughness to that creature's power and toughness until end of turn. That is pretty cool. It reminds me of that 0/2 creature that we looked at earlier. Do you want to build a snowman? It doesn't have to be a goblin. It seems infinitely harder to make a goblin snowman. Do a little sculpting while you're at it. We have Soth here with Venus. Torn Between Worlds. This is a 5-mana 5/5 mutant frog turtle. Looks like an alien. Whenever Venus is dealt damage, put that many +1/+1 counters on her. She must survive the damage to get the counters. It's weirdly specific that they have to mention that. Whenever a creature you control with a counter on it deals combat damage to a player, you may pay blue. If you do, draw a card. Whenever it's dealt damage... Oh, wait, this actually literally does get stronger upon being on defense. Also can get strong on offense as well, though. Make sure when you block... So, I mean, if you're attacking, they're probably going to make sure that they block and kill the damn thing. But if you block, you can decide when you block and how you block and how much damage is going to be dealt. The carrot nose was a size difference. Big time. They need big carrots. Almond with a abomination. Is that a card? Ah, it's this disgusting thing. 5 mana for a 2/6. At the end of combat, destroy all green and white creatures blocking or blocked by our abomination. Next up. Who has... Does anyone not have a card yet? Or did we do everybody? No, Indiana Jones hasn't been done. Will O the Wisp. From the OG Alpha, used to be a banger for blocking. Let's take a look. Okay, you said it, so let's go back to the old days. That's what the Will O the Wisp looked like. It was a black 0/1 flying. Black regenerates. This actually is perfectly good for the show because its attacking is worthless. So it's way better on defense. It is worth 0 on offense. Nothing. 0 zip. Okay, we got Mycom with Turtle Duck. Is that a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle card? No, it's an Avatar card. So, you know what we need? We need an artist alter of Turtle Duck into like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle with a duck. It's a green. Where's Toilet Duck? This is a perfect image for Toilet Duck's avatar. Toilet Duck, where are you? You here today? I don't see Toilet Duck in the stream. Toilet Duck needs this. This avatar needs to change to this thing. It would be perfect. Where do you think these turtles came from? They got flushed down the toilet. Hence Toilet Duck. Okay, they're green 0/4, pay 3 until end of turn. This creature has base power 4 and gains trample. Weird. This card technically doesn't do anything on defense, though. Until end of turn, this creature has base power 4 and gains trample. This card gets better on offense. I'm actually going to disqualify this card. This card, it did not really strictly get better on defense. It was just a 0/4 with an activated ability that gave trample. If it gave first strike, I might let it slide. Next up, we got Lesthian with Vortex Elemental. I tried to play with this card. It was terrible. A blue 0/1. For a blue, put Vortex Elemental and each creature blocking or blocked by it on top of its owner's library. Then those players shuffle their libraries. It's such a bad 1-drop because you never want to hold up. First off, you never want to hold up this blue mana anyway. But the second part is you have nothing to like block with this early in the game. Usually nothing at all. It's a very useless ability early on in the game. Felicia with the Stalwart Speartail. Stalwart Speartail. 3 mana 4/4. It's got Enrage. When it's dealt damage, other dinosaurs you control and dinosaur cards in your hand and library perpetually get +1/+1. That's pretty damn strong. Whenever Stalwart Speartail attacks, it deals 1 damage to each creature and each planeswalker, including itself. Oh my god. It's like a perpetual lord. I would argue it gets a little bit stronger on attack because it has an attack ability, but that's fine. Steve Cooper's like, huh? Don't we usually have a show at 9 a.m. Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays? For the next 2 weeks, I have to double the shows. I don't know if I'll have the stamina for it. We're gonna see. But I'm gonna try to double the shows because I have a 2-week vacation. Actually, it's more like a 2.5-week vacation coming up. So I need content. All right, we need a lot of content. So I gotta double the shows for the next 2 weeks. We have OASDK with Benevolent Unicorn. Very benevolent. Oh, very graceful unicorn. So 2 mana 1/2. Whenever a spell assigns damage to a creature or player, that damage is reduced by 1. I love this. This is an amazing card. Whenever a spell assigns damage to a creature or player, it's going to save 1 damage. You know, there is one problem, Benevolent Unicorn. If someone lightning bolts you, you're still dead. It's too bad. Nikachu never spends time with us. He's always going on vacation. I know. I'm such a loser. We have... Does anyone have no card yet? We have a Blackbird, Anti-Venom, Horrifying Healer. Look, people, I could have left you in the dark for 2 weeks. Instead, you're going to help create content for 2 weeks. Anti-Venom, Horrifying Healer is a 6 mana 5/5. When Anti-Venom enters, if he was cast, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Now, if damage would be dealt to Anti-Venom, prevent that damage and put that many +1/+1 counters on him. You block, and you get bigger. I have no bigger sound effect anymore. What do I got here? This is not... No, that's not it. I'm just going to replace it with an applause. Congratulations, Anti-Venom. You got buff. Buffing stuff in your library is wild. Oh yeah, that boar. Alchemy is just wild like that. Steve Cooper with Shape Stealer. Oh, we did this one already. Sorry about that. This is a great one. I loved it when it was suggested. Some 1/2/4C with the Woolly Spider. Survive those cold winters. Is it woolly? Yeah, it's woolly. Very woolly. It's a very fuzzy. Very fuzzy. You can probably sleep with that spider. It'll keep you warm at night. It would be the absolute creepiest experience ever. It's like Fear Factor level creepy, but it'll keep you warm at night. In fact, if you're in the middle of the Arctic, you probably have no choice. Or you could kill it like what the Luke Skywalker did to, what was it called? The Dan? I can't remember that animal that he cut up. So that, or no, he didn't even cut it up. I think it was Han Solo just to keep Luke Skywalker warm. Anyway, this is a 3-mana 2/3 reach. Whenever Woolly Spider blocks a creature with flying, Woolly Spider gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Very highly specific, but will work out. If anyone knows the exact lore to what happened to that creature. Oh, it's a Tauntaun. That's right, the Tauntaun. Poor Tauntaun. I bet PETA was pretty pissed about that Tauntaun scene. Even though it's a complete fictional creature. Raktus with the super chat, and it's so big it's definitely worth a donation. I gotta think, Etherplasm fits this. Probably. So this is a 4-mana 1/1. Whenever Etherplasm blocks a creature, you may return Etherplasm to its owner's hand. If you do, you may put a creature card from your hand, oh my god, onto the battlefield, blocking that creature. And it'll be a surprise attack. Super big surprise. Next up. Okay, well, we're going to give a donation. No, we did Guardian of the Gateless already. Poor Steve Cooper. Showed up too late. Yeah, I got to make an announcement. I'll make an announcement in the Discord. Problem is, whenever I have to make an announcement in the Discord, I have to, like, convert the time zones. It's not that big of a deal, but it's sort of a hassle. I'm always hoping you guys are just going to figure it out on the way. Okay, we're gonna donate to Indiana Jones. Folk of Enhava? I don't know what that means. Oh, it's just the name of the creature? Because it says summon Folk of Enhava. For a green, it's a 1/1. If assigned as a blocker, Folk of Enhava gets +2/+0 until end of turn. That is definitely what this show is all about. You have a bigger creature. It can literally block a... Can't think of any strictly 3 toughness creature. Can block a Solitude and kill it. That's only 2 toughness, though. Oil Boy needs redemption. All right, Old Boy, where are you? The Lair Watch Giant. Lair Watch Giant is a 6-mana 5/3. Can block an additional creature. Whenever Lair Watch Giant blocks 2 more creatures, it gets first strike until end of turn. Nice. It's probably going to kill both those creatures at the same time. Fallen Empire's yuck. But that's like your type of set, Toads. Doesn't it? It's Homelands, Toads. Yeah, it's not even... Was it Fallen? Oh, yeah, it was Homelands. It was worse than Fallen Empires. Where do you guys think? What's worse, Homelands or Fallen Empires? I can't... See, personally, for me, I can name, like, 1 or 2 useful cards from Homelands. I can't name basically anything useful from Fallen Empires. Or maybe did Fallen Empires have Hymn to Troc? Maybe that's the only good thing over there. This is my 2 super chats. I see them. I see them pasted. But the thing is, if you've already super chatted, I'm gonna like slowly go through your super chats over time. We got Menose again with Meglanoth. Can't remember if we did this one. We're not quite sure what I am looking at. Meglanoth. No, we did this one. Sorry about that. It was a sweet card too. Tempest is the best MTG set of all time. Okay, how about this Corbinek? You build a constructed deck of only Tempest cards. I'll build a constructed deck of only Modern Horizons 3 cards, and we see who wins. We see what happens. Homeland says didgeridoo. Case closed. Fallen Empires has a few decents, like High Tide. There we go. Okay, so maybe High Tide is a good... High Tide's a good card. It's banned in Pauper. It must be good. Look at that. Fallen Empires broke Pauper. Okay, next up. Let's take a look at Nikachu wrangles cardboard nerds so gracefully. Very gracefully. With all this confusion, let's look at another super chat. Fog Bank, a classic. A card that is technically useless on attack, because it can't. 2-mana 0/2 flying and prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to and dealt by this creature. It's actually been years since I faced someone playing Fogbank. I used to play against someone all the time who played Fogbank, not so much anymore. Faultland with Selfless Squire. It sounds like they're going to sacrifice themselves. Selfless Squire is a 4-mana 1/1 with flash. Enters the battlefield, prevent all damage that would be dealt to you this turn. I like that. Whenever damage that would be dealt to you is prevented, put that many +1/+1 counters on the Selfless Squire. That is incredible. All right. This is a very strong card on defense. Element says, hot take, Urza's Saga is the best set. Can you make a tier... Maybe. I wonder, can you make a tier 0 deck out of just Urza's Saga? I don't know if there's enough artifacts to abuse. I can't tell if... I don't know if Urza's Saga has enough artifacts to abuse Tolarian Academy. The Academy is listening. David Sampson has a good one. I like how everybody roots for somebody in chat. David Sampson with the Mind Bender Spores. Mindbender Spores is a 3-mana 0/1 flyer. When Mindbender Spores blocks any creature, put 4 fungus counters on that creature. During its controller's untap phase, remove a fungus counter from the creature. As long as the creature has any fungus counters on it, it doesn't untap during its controller's untap phase. Put 4 fungus counters. So it's going to sacrifice itself to basically stun the crap out of its opponent. So what was once upon a time fungus counters are now stun counters. They should just errata it to stun counters. It's functionally the same thing. I forgot that this was a wall. I didn't even realize it was a wall. Yeah, these little Mindbender Spore things, they don't look very wall-like. Corbinek says, I'll take that challenge on. As long as I can use the banned cards from the set and you keep the functional banned list for pre-modern. Well, if I'm playing with the Horizon cards, I don't think it would change anything for pre-modern. My Modern Horizons 3 would be worthless in that format because it's not legal, period. Next. It's Calamari. You think it's a squid? Oh, I mean, it might. It might. Gillam with Psychic Membrane. This is a 3-mana 0/3. When Psychic Membrane blocks... Oh, we get to draw a card! We actually cash in on this thing. We cash in on every turn. We just have to lure people to attack us every single turn. Pacers fan forever with another super chat. The Wall of Frost. I'm going to slow things down, just like Teferi said. 3-mana 0/7, and when it blocks a creature, that creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. They should have rather all these things to put stun counters on creatures. I tells ya. Fan Factor 1, Dread. Is that really? Dread? That's it? Ugh, there's a million cards named Dread. But thanks to the wonderful chat out there, I know how to find exactly cards that are just one word. So 6 mana for a 6/6 with Fear. Whenever a creature deals damage to you, destroy it. That's pretty sick. When Dread is put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. It's like this card. It's like the reverse Flage. So instead of Flage destroying the player then destroys everything. Very interesting. Incredible card on defense. We got... What else do we have here? Kana wants the second card. Cleric of Chill Depths. Two mana 1/3. Oh, it's a Merfolk. When Cleric of Chill Depths blocks a creature, that creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. I have a feeling also Cleric of Chill Depths will probably be in the graveyard at that point. We also have Steve Cooper with Hornet Nest. Oh my god, I hate this card. 3 mana for a 0/2 defender. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, create that many 1/1 green insect creature tokens with flying and death touch. And also, it is a pretty good combo with Blasphemous Act. Blasphemous Act, blow up the board, and also get a bunch of 1/1 death touchers. Works perfectly. Rare Blue Skittles, Freelance Muscle. Freelance Muscle is a 5 mana 4/4 Rhino Warrior. Whenever Freelance Muscle attacks or blocks, it gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the greatest power and or toughness among other creatures you control. Beautiful! Definitely counts. But it's among other... Hold on, is it everything? Attacks or blocks, it gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the greatest power or toughness. Or I don't know, how does this card work? It's like until it's power and or toughness among other creatures you control. So what if I have a 10/10? Okay, what if I have a 0/10 creature? Does it just get +10/+10? Attacks or blocks, it gets +10/+10 until end of turn, where X is the greatest power or toughness. Yeah, okay. So if I have a 0/10, it just gets enormous. Looks like Rocksteady. Oh my god, it's Universes Beyond before it was Universes Beyond. Just call it Rocksteady. Is there Bebop here? Do we have a pig-looking person here? I didn't even think about it. Yeah, that dead on looks like Rocksteady. Why does Freelance Muscle count if Turtle Duck doesn't? They're both attack and block. Turtle Duck. I think this one is strictly better on attacking. It's actually stronger on attacking than blocking, that's why. This one is equally strong on attack or block. This one was much better. It's actually strictly better on attacking because you can't trample when you block. That's why. Great question. I could disqualify. You know what? You are right. I could probably disqualify more cards, but we are looking at cards that are just strictly better on at least, or not strictly better, but generally better on blocking than attacking. I noticed that. I noticed that's not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle card. I get maybe there were signs that they were going to go down this route when Streets of New Capenna was around, because they had like a bunch of creatures and characters and whatever, and they're like, you know what? This is a sign that we could do Universes Beyond in the real world, and no one will care. In theory, Prince of Winter is Magus of the Mirror. Magus of the Mirror is a 6 mana 4/2. Tap, sacrifice Magus of the Mirror. Exchange life totals with target opponent. Activate this ability only during your upkeep. Does not work on defense. It's just trickery. Let's see. We have Corvinek with the Spiteful Sliver. Streets was the universes within of New York City. That's right. Okay, Spiteful Sliver is a 3 mana 2/2. Sliver creatures you control have, whenever this creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target player or planeswalker. Well, not everything needs to block, but generally things should be blocking, or actually show some sign of some usefulness on defense. This card has nothing on defense. It's just like, it's sort of like pseudo life gain, because you're switching people's life totals and power and toughnesses and stuff. Oh, Stormy Cat. We did Wall of Dust. Sorry about that. Tree of Perdition is in the same. It's in the same league. It's not really doing anything on defense. It does not get stronger on defense. You could use it on attack. Yeah, Dust was done. Mappius with Crimson Rock. There's a 5 mana 2/2 flyer. If Crimson Rock blocks any creature without flying, Crimson Rock gets +1/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. You see that? This is an excellent example for all of you. The Crimson Rock, superior on defense versus those ground dwellers, who are not nearly as strong as those flying creatures. It ain't a show until Nikachu corrects me 3 times. I hardly correct you, Toads. Never. I would never correct you. Okay, let's take a look at one more. We'll take a look at... Is that a 2/2 for 5 mana? That is correct. But it's a 3/2 when it blocks land creatures. Okay, let's go secret shop cards. Did anyone do Masako the Humorless? Masako. The Humorless is a 3-mana 2/1. You may play Masako the Humorless anytime you could play an instant. Tap creatures you control may block as though they were untapped. That is definitely a useful card. Oh man, we have a bunch of people here who don't have any card. I want to give you a card. Gabe with Alaborn Zealot. It's a white 1/1. If it blocks, destroy both Alaborn Zealot and the creature it blocks. And it will it will do it with a smile. We're going down. If I'm going down, we're going down together. It's a very, very creepy smile. Very, very deterministic. Look at that thing. Look at that Alaborn Zealot. And a shotgun. Look, people. Guns are canon in Magic the Gathering. I don't know how many there are in this game, but that's one. That's one. And for some reason, there are like 0 in Streets of New Capenna. I think it's just like zappers or something like that. Yeah, is that an actual gun on an MTG card? Yeah, it was a wild time back then. I guess gunpowder exists on this. It's the Portal Second Age plane. Is this like universes beyond medieval times or something? Like I can't describe Portal describes like actual like human history, doesn't it, to some degree? I think all the characters are real. Portal 2 is all about the guns. School photo face. Yeah, more or less. Portal is indeed universes beyond. Universes beyond Earth. I guess that's what it was. Okay, Steve Cooper with a super chat and a donation. We got Polyraptor. That's a good one. Polyraptor is an 8-mana 5/5 and wins dealt damage. Create a token. That's a copy of your Polyraptor. Oh my god, there are 2 of them! And then there could be 4 of them! Okay, let's get a few free ones in between. Portal and some of the earliest sets were indeed universes beyond for real life. There's like an Einstein card. Toad, so you want... okay, Reform, the gift that keeps on giving. Oh, that's right! Now this card does... Why do I keep misspelling it? Reform, 4-mana 0/1. When it dies... technically it dies, but that's okay. Because you get a 3/3 blue fish creature token with... When this creature dies, get a 6/6 blue whale creature token. When this creature dies, get a 9/9 blue kraken creature token. It's Inception. We must go deeper. Okay, and we have a super chat from Steve Cooper. Little dono to chat. The first ever MTG expansion set was a Universes Beyond for 1001 Tales of Arabian Nights. Yeah, no, we have had several Universes Beyond sets. Somehow they're not so jarring when they're taking place after certain types of folklore and not off of Spider-Man, though. So some Universes Beyond is okay. It's okay with all of us. There's always a bigger fish. Mike'um. Okay, we'll give you the super chat. Child of Alara. Oh, this card's creepy. Creepy baby card. 5-mana for 6/6 trample. When Child of Alara dies, destroy all non-land permanents. They can't be regenerated. Really taking the whole world with it. Steve Cooper says, need a Kraken card that gives bigger and bigger fish, and eventually it's just an Eldrazi. Oh, I thought you were going to say, like, it's going to compete with the Eldrazi. Okay, we'll get one more. Mercenary says, Arabian Nights was the first, while Three Kingdoms was the second. Someone to foresee with Frostweb Spider. Those Spooters. Spooters, 3-mana, 1/3. Frostweb Spider can block as though it had flying. When Frostweb Spider blocks a creature with flying, put a +1/+1 counter on the Frostweb Spider at end of combat. Beautiful card. All right, that's gonna be it for today. But don't worry, there's always tomorrow. Because there's always going to be a lot of stuff tomorrow. All right, for the next 2 weeks, for anyone that knows, Monday to Friday, we got shows in the morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then also Monday to Friday, we are going to have evening shows at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. It is going to be a long 2 weeks for me, but I hope a lot of fun for all of you, because I need to grind that content for the time that I'm going to be gone on vacation. Thanks to everybody who supports the show with money. The people who are patrons on Patreon, the members on YouTube, and those who super chat to be part of the show, and even super chat so other people can be part of the show. Of course, thank you so much to everybody who's here with their suggestions. People like Kano and David Sampson, Toads, Almond, Indiana Jones, Benny, Old Boy, Mercenary, Mappius, The Big Squig, Olga. I think I got you, Benny and Mercenary, Doc, Sigma, Almond. We have Hexanort, Someone24C, Menacey. Couldn't think of another card. It's too late, too early, or one or the other. That's right. Mohammed as well. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.